This is the Dating and Relationship Playbook with Chaz, and this is the podcast where we I talk to individuals to improve, maintain, and strengthen relationships, and not just romantic relationships, but with relationships with family, friends, co-workers, and God. And so today I'm going to be talking about a relationship that is very important to me, which is my relationship with my dad. It's going to be his birthday, or it's his birthday February 8th, and he just was is a very important person in my life. Um, I've talked on my podcast before that my dad didn't his father, my grandfather, passed away when he was a baby and when he was real young. So he didn't have a relationship with him. And so, in that experience where he was, um, didn't have that, he in turn blessed us, me, my sister, Spree, and Kaya, and was a very active, hands on father. So, again, happy birthday to my dad. And I just say I speak for the family, and I know they agree. He is a great dad and a great man. He's a great husband to my mom, and we just want to give him all the flowers while he's alive. A lot of times we will post when people pass away, and we have all these things when they can't really see it, or even when they're like ill or sick, and I want to do this. I want to make sure that my dad understands that I do love him and respect him. And I just say this about being a son, and how my dad was a great father to me is he he spent time with us. He spent not just as a family, but he spent one-on-one time with all of us, with me and my sisters. And a couple of things that he did with me personally is we would go to basketball games. We went to basketball games. We went to the movies together, and my dad was he was it was good that we had the relationship where we talked, because a lot of times I would say, "Hey, Dad, can it just be me and you going to the game or to the movies or whatever it is?" We When I was a kid, we uh, we played played with the Power Ranger, with Turtles. With He was just a hands on father and then he grew. Our relationship grew, and he we grew as I got older. So when it started off playing with toys, then when I got into playing basketball, then it was he would get rebounds, and we would go to basketball. We would go to high school, college, and NBA games. I remember in 2002, my dad took me to go see Iverson. That was my favorite player, and that was the season 2001. He won the MVP, so he's the reigning MVP. So that was big to be able to go to that game. So things like that. Those are important things, and that one-on-one time is very important when it comes to your my relationship with my dad. And I hope that all fathers can spend that one-on-one time with their kids, because it really does make a difference. Then it became when I started driving, then we were in a car driving together. It just He spent a lot of time with it, and I really appreciate that. And not only was he a great father then, even today, I'm 39, and he's still a great dad. He's still there. It is That's a lifetime commitment. That's a lifetime job, being a father. So uh, I'm just grateful to have him in my life. And so now, being an adult, it's I'm still his son, and that's still my dad, but our relationship has changed to where where it's a father son adult relationship. So we're talking about adult things or mature things, relate our relationship with God, relationship with women, and certain dating experiences that he's shared when I'm talking about different women that I might be interested in, or we're talking or dating. So it's a continuous thing, also talking about and directing me with uh, with God, and certain sermons that he's listened, he has seen and heard. He will share that with me, and I think it's kind of cool because one of the things that my dad was trying to do through the time where I'm into education and leadership is my dad would try to connect me with individuals that were in those positions, and because he knew that you needed like a mentor, and that was he wasn't in that position, or he wasn't in that field, so he wanted to put me in position with people that were, and a lot of times these people weren't coming through, and I looked at it like I wasn't. I know sometimes he was frustrated with with those individuals that they weren't coming through, but I was like that, if you think about it, if if it's for me, it's gonna be for me. If God has something for me, he's gonna put people in my life. He's gonna put individuals, he's gonna position me to be with who I need to be with to get me to that level that I need to be on. Because then a lot of times if we look to an individual to get us to that position, then it might look like we're putting more faith in that individual than with God. And so it's funny, it was like a turnaround, or like I could say a turnaround effect, where my dad wanted me to be mentored by certain people and they didn't come through, and coming to C-Tab, Pastor Mormon was mentoring me, and in that and mentoring me, I began to understand or get to know individuals, not personally, but just hear them preach and hear them speak, which was Dr. A.R. Bernard. And with that, I was able to introduce Dr. A.R. Bernard, not personally, but just uh, his sermons, his teachings to my dad. So now he's listening to that. So a lot of times we try to do things, and it is and with good intention, try to do things the right way, or try to do things in a way that helps our son, our family out, and that might not be the direction God wants us to go, or that might not be the person God wants us to connect with to get to that level. And so he used, with God leading and guiding me, he directed me to C-Tab, directed me to Pastor Mormon, and being able to be under the leadership of him, and know, and Dr. A.R. Bernard has come on the come to C-Tab and preach several times, and then I was telling my dad, hey, you got to hear this. Dr. A.R. Bernard is really good. So now my dad watches and listens to him all the time. So, um, like I said, it goes past just being a child with my dad, as far as him fathering me. It didn't stop as a child. He's doing that now. So I really appreciate him, and gonna say happy birthday to him again. And just that what he missed, I'm glad that he was able to understand, like, hey, I need to be a father to my children, and the void that he had, he was able to fill it for us, which is very appreciative because, especially for me, men or young boys, they need a male figure. They need a father. Women, and there's no knock on any women, but it's like your women are limited when you're if you're just raising a young man, they are limited because they're not men. They don't know how. They're just limited, and there's no disrespect to them. It's the same way if a single father had a daughter, men will be limited with raising a young lady because there's certain things we don't know that women go through, that girls go through, that we just don't understand. So it's important. God created man and woman for that balance. When they have children, they have that balance of the father and the mother. So this is the dating and relationship playbook with Chaz. And like I said, I want just to highlight my father. Is his birthday and that relationship that we had. So um I just say this because it's not long. It's only like 11 minutes and 35 seconds. So hopefully you'll be able to listen to it on his birthday. Again, this was, uh, I'm so used to saying in my humble opinion. So when I have that pause, it's just because I've been saying in my humble opinion for 2 years now. Is the dating relationship playbook with Chaz.